Such is human nature. In a certain village lived Nityanand, a poor peasant. He had a piece of land, but that was not big enough to produce sufficient food for his family. He had to often borrow money from others, which he could not repay. One day, his wife told him, "It is a shame to remain constantly in debt. We should dispose of our land. We can liquidate our debts with the price we get. I don't mind if we have to starve thereafter." Nityanand accepted his wife's suggestion and announced his decision to sell his land. Prospective buyers thought that he must be in dire need of money, so they offered very low price for his land. Some time passed. In the same village lived Rajan, another peasant. His father had greatly benefited by the friendship and generosity of Nityanand's father. Rajan naturally had a deep affection for Nityanand. He bought Nityanand's land at a fair price. Nityanand soon freed himself of all his debts and worked as a labourer. But Rajan called him and said, "Better you work on the very land you sold me. We will divide the produce between ourselves." Nityanand was delighted at the proposal. He worked hard on the land. One day, while tilling the land, his plough struck something hard. He dug the earth and soon found a pair of pots filled with gold coins and ornaments. Nityanand picked up the pots and proceeded to meet Rajan. "My friend, these pots were found in your land. Please take charge of them," he said. Rajan was surprised at Nityanand's honesty and said, "My words would fail to praise you sufficiently for your nobleness. However, this wealth belongs to you, for you have found it in the land that belonged to you till the other day." "How do you say so? Didn't I sell the land to you?" "The land is now yours. Whatever is found in the land is yours too." "Sorry, but I cannot take away the pots merely because I found them," replied Nityanand. "Look here, my friend. I bought the land in order to grow crops. I do not own other kinds of wealth hidden in it. God will not be kind to me if I deprive you of the wealth you have discovered," said Rajan forcefully. They argued for a long time without one convincing the other. At last, they went to the village chief. The chief advised them to take a pot each and stop quarreling. But the advice was not acceptable to the two friends. Each insisted that he had no right to possess even half the wealth. At this juncture, the chief's younger brother, Ramnath, said, "I can solve the problem if you pay heed to my advice." "What is your advice?" asked the two friends. "You carry home one pot each. The problem would be naturally resolved after a month," said Ramnath. The two friends departed, carrying a pot each. The chief asked his brother, "What sort of solution is this? What are we going to tell them after a month?" "Do not worry," replied Ramnath. "They will never come to you after a month." "Why not?" asked the surprised chief. "Wait and see for yourself," replied Ramnath. More than a month passed. One night, Ramnath took his elder brother, the chief, with him and stood outside Nityanand's house. They could hear Nityanand telling someone, "Now I cannot work as hard as I used to. My children are growing up and they need education. I am the legitimate owner of both the pots of wealth. If I would have found them before handing over the land to Rajan, they would have been entirely mine. Now I cannot claim the other pot. I have to remain content with only one. One pot, however, is enough for me to live comfortably for the rest of my life." Ramnath then took his brother to Rajan's house. They stood near his window and listened. Rajan was telling someone, I made a great blunder by not keeping both the pots to myself. The land, after all, was mine. Whatever was found therein was mine. Had Nityanand buried the wealth? No. Why should he possess half of it then? But now it is too late. It would be embarrassing for me to request the chief to get me the other pot. The chief and his brother returned home. The chief said, You are so true, Ramnath. I am sure they would not come to us anymore. But how did this change occur in them? You see, both Nityanand and Rajan are honest and truthful men. But such is the weakness inherent in human nature that constant sight of wealth makes a man greedy. That is what happened to both of them. I had sent a common friend who could intimately talk to them. He succeeded in making them talk what they really felt now. The chief smiled. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.